Hello and welcome to the Goonerforum podcast. My name's Gaffer. And right now we're going to go to Nat Steele, who's got the first team update.
This is Nat Steele and this is the first team update. Arsenal drew within 1 point of Chelsea on Sunday afternoon with an unspectacular 1-0 win over Everton at the Emirates. The match winner came from a Nicholas Bentner header from an Armand Traore cross. After the match, Arsene talked about the improvements Bentner has made since the season started and said he was impressed by him. Cesc Fabregas missed out on the game due to injury on his birthday, and he's expected to be out for about 3 weeks, but he should recover in time to play for Spain in Euro 2008. In team news, Arsenal fans are still awaiting Matthew Flamini's decision, or at least the official announcement of it anyway, as story after story pop up all over the web, some including photos of Flamini in Italy. After the match, Arsene said, "We've done what we had to do, now it is down to him to decide what he wants to do." Jens Lehmann played his final home match for the Arsenal on Sunday. After the match, Lehmann told Arsenal.com, "I had 1 or 2 tears in my eyes. It was a great farewell for me. This farewell will always stay in my heart." In reserve news, Arsenal got a stoppage time goal from Kieran Gibbs to draw Aston Villa reserves 1-1 at Villa Park on Tuesday to finish off their Reserve League South campaign, finishing 5 points off the top and only 1 point off second place. Congratulations to Vic Akers' Arsenal ladies who completed their domestic double with a 4-1 win over Leeds at the City Ground on Monday afternoon. Arsenal conclude their 2007-2008 league campaign on Sunday at 3 p.m. at Sunderland.
This is Triplic 1988 with the Goonerforum podcast, and I'm here to put in my opinion on this week's debate on whether Adebayor is good enough to play for Arsenal. When mentioning the question on whether Adebayor is good enough to play for Arsenal, we first have to discuss whether Thierry Henry or Ian Wright were good enough to play for Arsenal, seeing as how Adebayor has just recently joined them in the 30 goals a season club. Both these players had phenomenal seasons with Arsenal, both winning titles and trophies, and Adebayor seems on his way to producing these kind of goods. While I admit that the striker was frustrating earlier in the season, missing loads of chances and going for a very long stretch without any goals at all, Adebayor's progress cannot be undermined due to any performances. His first touch has gotten better, he's put away more of his chances, and he seems poised to become a really world-class striker. He's played a little bit further out wide, creating chances for teammates, and his link-up play between Bentner and other strikers has come a long way since the middle of the season period where he couldn't seem to buy a goal. Adebayor, I think, will be a huge player for Arsenal in the future, and I think it's a little bit too soon to judge him so harshly after his first season as the number 1 striker. So let's look forward to next season and hope Adebayor can put in another 30.
Hi, I'm Tikar, and I'm gonna be telling you what I think about Adebayor. For people who know me from the forum, they know that I can sometimes be harsh on him, and sometimes on match day he really frustrates me, but I think that's basically it. On match day, Adebayor can really be frustrating, and once you look at a narrow picture, once you take Adebayor in one game or in one certain moment, he can really frustrate you. But once you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, you'll see a good striker, a striker that has been here for less than 2 seasons, and in his first season as a regular starter, he has scored us enough goals to win us enough games and draw enough games for us and get us enough points to be contenders for the title all through the season, even though we've lost it in the final weeks. But generally he has kept our hopes alive, and he has carried the team on his shoulders for almost the last 3 or 4 months, ever since Eduardo was injured, and ever since we lost Robin van Persie to injury from the beginning of the season. Bentner sure played, he played next to him, but he really wasn't the goal scorer. He really wasn't delivering any goals, and I think that's something that we should really credit Adebayor for. He has scored enough goals. 30 goals are more than enough for any player to be renounced as a good and a decent striker, and even though he is not the best striker or player we have, at least he's good enough. He's good enough to stay, and not like others are suggesting that he should leave or we should get rid of him. I think he's good enough to stay. Not necessarily first choice, but a good enough striker and a good enough player.
is King Malta. We'll be talking about whether Adebayor is good enough for Arsenal. I think Adebayor is definitely good enough for Arsenal. It's his first full starting season at the club. He scored 30 goals most of the season in a lone striker role, which is a big achievement for him. He likes playing more with a strike partner, as was seen during his great run of form when Eduardo was playing alongside him in January, and then Eduardo broke his leg and we saw a drop off in Adebayor's form. But at the end of the year, he still managed to score 30 goals with 2 games to go, really, which is a great achievement. A lot of people argue that 2 of these were hat-tricks against Derby, but if anyone can name another player that's gone out there and in a game and a half of football produced 6 goals, then they can come out and tell me right now, because I haven't seen it this year. So I think Adebayor is definitely good enough for Arsenal. It's just going to get better as every year goes by, because he's only 23, turning 24. We're going to see.
This is Nat Steele again, and I got some forum news for you guys. We'd like to remind everyone to vote in the TGF Awards, which will be held next Sunday at 8 p.m. Central European Time. If you have trouble in converting that, you can PM me and I'll gladly help you out. Our fearless leader, Gaffer, will be hosting the festivities. All votes need to be cast by Friday, May 9th, and the ballot is available in the TGF Awards thread in the announcements forum. Also, don't forget to vote for the Podcaster of the Month, also in the announcements forum. As most of you know, TGF lost a valued member in Danielson Miyagi's protege, and I'm sure all the members here at TGF will wish him and his family the best. That's it for me, Nat Steele, and for everybody on the podcast team, thanks for listening.